There are two ways to break the Valkyries and give me God of War. Perfect gear mixed with raw skill and a hatred of bird ladies, or straight up breaking the game, changing the flow of time itself and getting the easiest W of all time. I'm gonna show you how to do number 1 first, and when you get sick of getting your bald head cracked, I'm gonna show you how to do number 2. The first Valkyrie you want to fight is Gunner, because, well, to be honest with you, she just kinda sucks. The f was that? You can find the entrance to her chamber about 10 feet away from Thamor's comically large head. You can do this fight at level 5, no problem, but I'll show you how to get stronger in a minute. Every Valkyrie uses similar moves to the others, and Gunner has the least by far. So we can use Gunner to learn the basic set of moves, and then make small adjustments as each fight gets a little bit harder. Gunner has 3 moves total to look out for with 1 variation. The first is swinging that scythe in a circle. Ooh, god damn, girl, I think I love you. I lose to the Valkyries because I'm down bad. Sorry, she swings it and then charges at you. You can either parry or block, both are safe. The second move is the same as the first, but she's in the air when she does it. The final move is this double wing attack that needs to be blocked. Sometimes she follows it with a parryable attack, and sometimes she follows it with a wing stab that has to be dodged. But it's super easy, just walk to the right. Literally tap the stick even a little bit. Sneeze 1 time, and you will dodge this attack. That's it, that's all of Gunner's moves. As you can see, almost every attack can be parried, and learning the timing for each one is your priority. Every Valkyrie has one of these moves in their kit, and Sigrun has literally all of them. What the hell? So use Gunner to learn the timings of these attacks so that your response to them becomes second nature. And if you've been using the golden talisman of protection in your playthrough to make the parry timings easier, take that shit off! Slap on the talisman of unbound potential to refresh your runic attacks on command. Speaking of runic attacks, you gotta pick some real good ones, because they will do about 90% of your damage to the Valkyries. The Valkyries are very fast, and most of the runic attacks are very slow. So if you bust out the Wrath of the Frost Ancient for a 5-second immovable beam, even Gunner will get your health bar erased from the timeline. I'd recommend Hell's Touch and Ivaldi's Anvil for the axe, Hyperion Grapple, and Wrath of Artemis for the blades. These are decently fast attacks with good damage and low cooldown, so they hit hard and often. Alright, before we do any more Valkyrie slaying, we gotta pump that dusty ass level up. And there's only one place in the 9 realms where we can find gear fit to end the cruel reign of the Valkyries. Niflheim. Oh shit, that was the wrong door. Niflheim. On any other difficulty, Niflheim is a fun endgame challenge with a large variety of rewards. On Give Me God of War, it's a goddamn death trap.
What?
4 cups of hot water.
Huh?
Our strategy for Niflheim is simple. We are running away from every fight and only picking up chests that aren't guarded by anyone. Just run from room to room and hope to God you don't see a wolver.
Watch out, watch out, watch out!
I'm scared all the time. You only need 3,500 Mist Echoes and 15 Niflheim alloy to craft a full set of level 7 gear. And if you're just running and picking up chests, it'll take about 10 minutes to get these. Now that we've got that shit on for real, we need to upgrade it, which means we're going back in, boys. Go to your Niflheim armor and slot in every luck boosting enchantment that you have. The higher luck, the better. Our high luck stat boosts the drop rate for Echoes, Niflheim alloy, and Hazeweave by a lot. After a few runs, you'll need to head to Muspelheim to gather the final ingredients. You only have to do enough to upgrade each of your pieces once, and you should hit level 8. Sorry, what was the video about? Oh yeah, the hot birds, okay. First up is Olrun, the only Valkyrie you can find in Alfheim, which is, of course, the worst Heim. Olrun introduces a lot of new moves because she's a bad person. The wing attack into the stab returns from the Gunner fight, so just scoot to the right a little bit. She has a spin attack that you can fully block, and a feather barrage that you can also fully block. Also the move where she screams and flies off the screen. If that happens, the fight ends and you win. Congratulations. Just kidding, she lands on your neck and gets to stomping. The stab looks worse than it is, and it's the only move that she'll do after dashing right. So if you always move right when she does, it will always miss. She only does the next stomp right after the feather barrage. It's not guaranteed to happen, but if it does, just roll in any direction, brother. Well, that's all of her moves. Not too bad, right? Now I'm gonna show you how to blow the Valkyries up. Run in with either weapon and immediately pop both of your runic attacks and Atreus's runic summon. Swap to your other weapon and use those attacks as well, while your runic summon keeps the boss stunned. If you can understand what's happening on your screen, you're doing it wrong. We just took about 30% of her health in the first 10 seconds. But I want more! Once the Valkyrie recovers from your bright and confusing onslaught, block and dodge attacks until she does one that makes her vulnerable. Immediately activate your talisman, refreshing all of your runics, restart the process, and get to clapping. These 9 runic attacks will bring her below half health in about 30 seconds. Then you go defense mode. Keep shooting with Atreus and pay attention to what she's doing and focus on not getting hit. Once your runic attacks come back, it's a done deal. Whatever happens after that is out of my hands. The next Valkyrie on our list is Gerdrifel. Congratulations on the healthy baby girl. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Do you have a name picked out? You can find her in the foothills, off the grid and bothering no one. Let's destroy her. Gerdrifel introduces most of the air attacks in the Valkyrie arsenal. There's a scream that will blind you if you don't hit one of the fastest 180s this side of Midgard, and an aerial charge that you have to dodge or get completely manhandled. But her most common move is this 3-piece combo where you have to block, dodge, and then dodge again. She has 2 new ground moves, the first of which is just an energy wave to dodge, and the second is a feather spray that you can block and then, that you can block and then hold right to avoid the stab. This is a lot to learn, but we've covered like 80% of the Valkyrie's moves now. And since we're level 8, our opening runic attack, Wombo Combo, Razzle Dazzle, you should probably put on sunglasses, will reduce Gerdrifel's health to 2 bars, man. You barely have to fight this lady. You should though, I mean the moves are important, and fighting Valkyries builds character and silence. A bald man is speaking. Take her out and you're one step closer to eternal glory. The next Valkyrie we want to fight is Kara, who you can find chilling in the basement of Freya's house, which is a turtle, I think? Guess what, dude? She doesn't have any new moves. We learned them all already, so just blow her up and move on. Oh, dude, what the hell is this? So yes, Kara only uses moves we've seen before, and by herself is actually pretty easy. The gimmick here is that she can summon 5 Draugr about every 20 seconds, and they don't respect your personal space, and they probably smell weird. She always summons as her first action in the fight, so we need to modify our opener. Save an area of effect runic attack for when the Draugr come out and immediately ice them. Then you go back to using your runics like normal. I like to keep Ivaldi's anvil in the chamber to deal with any summons, but just let the other ones rip, brother. When she's below 2 bars, just ignore the Draugr and focus on taking her down. While you're at it, you should remind her that these fights are meant to be 2v1.
Oh, hello there.
I mean 3v1, don't forget Mimir, he helps. Our final Valkyrie in this section is Rhoda. If you even think about finding her, you can go to hell. I'm sorry, she's in Helheim. I think you're doing a great job. Rhoda doesn't introduce any new moves. Instead, she makes old moves harder. The swoop attack now requires you to dodge 3 times in a row, and the stomp attack also requires you to dodge 3 times in a row. The wing attack now comes with a mace follow-up, and oh my god, stop fucking jumping! A vast majority of her moves have to be dodged, so just keep rolling, brother. Don't forget, if she comes straight at you, she's stabbing, and keep using those runics on cooldown. Alright, that was like 5 Valkyries. Let's take a second to relax. We're gonna breathe in. Okay, and you ruined it. Next up, we got air. It's air, right?
Ire.
Hold on, I gotta hear the British version. Oh, my bad, dude. It's Hey, shout out to the British Empire, man. I know English is tough, but you guys are gonna figure it out one day. Has 3 new moves to learn. This mace swing, where you have to roll backwards and then right to avoid the second hit. A defensive move that you break with a shield bash. And my favorite move in the Valkyrie arsenal, Meet God. You gotta knock her out of the air on that one. Is one of the slowest Valkyries, and her attacks are all very choreographed, so you should have ample opportunity to get those runic attacks in. Play well enough, and you actually get to make her meet God. The 7th Valkyrie on our list is Gondul, at the top of Muspelheim. Gondul and almost share the exact same moveset, so if you got through the last fight, this one should be no problem.
Somebody, oh!
He needs some milk.
The only new moves here are the Rain of Fire that leaves burning patches of lava on the ground, but are incredibly easy to dodge, and the Valkyrie Stomp Fake Out, where she sends fire down first and then tries to crack your neck. When she goes up, roll twice in a row and you'll never get stomped again. The last normal Valkyrie is Hildur in Niflheim. She's very simple, and I assume it's because you also have to worry about the mist. But as long as you're wearing the Niflheim armor, you've got approximately 3 hours to fight her. She has one new move, and it's a stream of ice that you need to block for a few seconds before she sends a big cube to dodge at the end. Yeah, she has one move and it's bad. Enjoy your last regular Valkyrie, brother. You've earned it. And I'm sorry for what's about to happen to you. Sigrun is the queen of the Valkyries, and as such, she can use almost every move you've seen in the past 8 fights. Thankfully, she can't use Kara's ability to summon more enemies, leaving her with only 21 different moves. 21 moves, dude. If you don't believe me, here's the list. I put on the Valkyrie gear for the stats, all of my best enchantments. I said goodbye to my family. Her health bar is absolutely enormous. Even after using our busted combo with the runic attacks, she's barely lost a quarter of her health. So get ready for, at a minimum, 6 minutes of near perfect execution while trying your hardest not to shit yourself. The key is to focus on avoiding damage. That one extra axe swing is not worth losing a run, brother. Time your runic attacks when she's vulnerable, and don't use your talisman again until everything is on cooldown. I wish I could tell you there was an easy way to break Sigrun and get the dub. Except there is, and I can. Equip and fully upgrade the Talisman of Betrayal. Push Atreus behind you and make sure he's not in the camera frame when you start the fight. Get Sigrun in front of you and hold down the left trigger for your axe throw, and don't let go. Click the right stick to use your talisman and press the right trigger to throw the axe. While still holding left trigger, press the right trigger again to recall the axe, and Atreus should slowly jump off Kratos' back and attack. Sigrun is now moving in slow motion, and you can release the left trigger. Now you can just spam R1 combos for the next few minutes and forget everything I taught you about the Valkyries. This works on every Valkyrie, and honestly, it's kind of fun to just mess around with them. Are you a true gamer? Debatable. But are you a champion? Absolutely.